October 1st, 1994, when the very first Hartford Marathon was held. It was the idea of Beth Schluger. She and her husband Ken did everything to bring that race to life. The first one was a small one, known back then as the Aetna Health Plan's Hartford Marathon. Just under 250 people completed the 26.2 miles. The first to cross the finish line was Alex McGowan, a former track and cross-country coach at Trinity College. Kim Goss of Rhode Island was the first female winner of the race. The race has, of course, gotten bigger and better over the years. This year's race, now called the Eversource Hartford Marathon, had 8,000 participants, with Beth Schluger still in the middle of it all. On December 1st, Beth announced her retirement after 29 years, and she joins us to talk about it. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So you made this big announcement. I always say to people, if I was good at math, I'd have a real job. But I can count from 94, 2000. You're coming up on a big anniversary, so why now?
Why not start the next decade of HMF with new leadership and fresh new ideas?
So what led you to this decision?
Well, it's been a while coming, but I just thought, long enough for me, not for me personally, but for the organization, that bring in, new eyes that are leading the whole organization. And then for me personally, I have spent 30 years thinking of nothing but this organization and my family, but mostly the organization. And it's just, I'm looking forward to what else is out there in the world. What else can I do?
Sure. So let's talk about the growth from the beginning. We said 250 participants. Now there's 8,000 people. There's also all these other races, like almost 30 events in all different places. When you started it, did you have this big vision, or did the vision grow as the race did?
I'd like you to believe that I'm a great strategist and that I planned all this, from day one. No, it didn't happen that way. It just kept evolving. I created the marathon, and then in order to keep the marathon going, I needed to create other events so that I could afford to put the marathon on. So that's how it's the chicken or the egg kind of thing. And now we're at about 30 events. We have 12 employees and 5,000 volunteers every year that work with us, and it became a real live, living, breathing job after a couple of years.
And I know we see it with other events that have lots of volunteers, like the Travelers Championship, that there's people that it's just part of their routine. It's their October routine to be there and to do whatever it is that they do to volunteer. You had said early on that your goal was just to inspire people to be healthy and be active. Do you feel like you accomplished that goal?
Absolutely. And more. So much more. It was a byproduct of what we set out to do. A byproduct has become the empowering people and raising money for charity. That was not the number one goal. And it has become such an important part of who we are that most every event we do is got a charitable component to it. We're a nonprofit ourselves, so we are a charity cause, but we have the capacity to include others as well. So we raise about, all told, from all our events, over $500,000 a year.
I saw somewhere that since you've been running at 8.9 million, I don't know if that's a dated number or if that's a good number.
No, that's
a big number.
That is the number, right?
And what is? I mean, you must look back and say, I can't believe it. That's a humongous number, Beth.
It is, and it's, but it's just, it's the human spirit. It is, people want to be involved. They want to help. They want to do things that for causes that are bigger than themselves. And all you have to do is give them the platform to do it, and they will do it.
Do you have a favorite memory over all these years?
Well, the marathon race morning to me on Marathon Day is the best day of the year for me, of course. I love all our events, all my children. I love all my children. Nope, but a mother, do I have a favorite? Perhaps. But I think beyond that, the most poignant and most remarkable event we ever did was the Sandy Hook Run for the Families. It just was, I never thought that a road race could mean that much to the community.
Well, mean that much to the community and raise a ton of money for that wonderful cause.
$450,000.
And it was something that you set out to do, and was a humongous success. And you must have been really proud of that.
Yes, and the experience, I mean, it kept growing, and we moved it 3 times to 3 different cities to accommodate as the crowds kept growing that wanted to come. And we finally had to actually say, we can't take any more people. Please run in your neighborhoods. We'll send you a bib. Give us the money for the charity. Run in your neighborhoods. We can't have any more coming for the race. The start line was people were still crossing the start line when people were finishing under the arch, under the finish line. It was just
an incredible outpouring.
Incredible. It meant the world to us, but it meant the world to first responders who we had a special breakfast for, and it just was an amazing. I'm still, it's been 10 years.
We only have about 30 seconds left. What's next for you?
I'm taking a gap year. So I don't know. I'm going to explore and bring it on,
Will you be happy to not be worried about the weather on some Saturday morning in October?
That I will. That I will. And I will be happy to not be getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on most weekends.
But it must have been, just to see what it's become, must be terribly rewarding.
It is, and to hear the stories that people are now telling me of what it's done for them in their lives is just how many people get an opportunity like this in their life to do what I've done?
Well, and you started
amazing.
it in '94, and it's still going strong, bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
Beth Schlueger, thank you for being with us on CT22.
Thank you so much, Eric.
And
Thanks.
congratulations.
Thank you.